everybody, it's Mindy, and I have books to show you today. Books. I have not done a book haul in months, and I have quite the stack here. You probably saw that in the thumbnail. I don't even remember where some of these came from. I've had them for so long. But I'm going to show them to you. Let's get through them pretty quickly. I don't want to take forever with this, but let's get going. The first two, I can tell you where these came from. I just got them like a couple days ago. They came from a little free library in a little town near us at a gas station. We were at the gas station getting something to drink, and I was like, they have a little free library here. So, of course, I had to look, and I found a couple of things, and I took them because that's what you do, right? I'll take something back later. But I got this Debbie McComber, Then You Came Along. This is actually two books in here. One's called Father's Day, and one is called Same Time Next Year. So it's a compilation of those two books. I'd never read either of those, so I grabbed it because I love Debbie McComber. Why not? All right, here's another one I picked up. Maisie Yates, The True Cowboy of Sunset Ridge. Me and cowboy romances. I love my cowboy romances, right? So this one should be good. It's about a midwife who needs a fresh start in Gold Valley. She locks eyes with the handsome cowboy, you know. She's a good girl, but she's ready to cut loose. And he's just the guy to do it with. He's on the rodeo circuit. So that should be interesting. This is the pile. I don't know where they came from. I don't know where they came from. They're all used books. And I don't remember being in a used bookstore or any place that had used books. Anyhow, there's quite a few of them here. Don't know where they came from. Anyhow, Cheryl Woods. I love Cheryl Woods. Sea Glass Island, an Ocean Breeze novel. I don't know what's going to go on here. Somebody and her sisters, with her two younger sisters heading for the altar. Samantha, oh my gosh, will exchange old dreams for new ones. She'd rather be on the North Carolina coast than with her family in New York. Then she meets Ethan, who lost more than his leg in Afghanistan. He lost his belief in love. So, I know how that's going to go, right? And that's a series. That's from the Ocean Breeze series, right? Sarah Morgan. I don't have any Sarah Morgan, I don't think. This one's called Miracle on Fifth Avenue. Hopeless romantic Ava Jordan loves everything about Christmas. She might be spending the holidays alone. She doesn't expect to find a penthouse occupied by the gorgeous and mysterious owner. So she's house sitting there, but he's there. Okay. So she meets him, and they have this little tryst around Christmas time. And there's a blizzard. They're stuck together. Right? There you go. Love it. Jodie Thomas. I love Jodie Thomas. The Secrets of Rosa Lee. Look, this one was sold at Kmart. There aren't even any Kmarts anymore. Everyone assumes Rosa Lee lived a life without passion, but buried secrets are meant to be revealed, and no one is prepared for what they discover beneath Rosa Lee's overgrown roses. How will her legacy, how her legacy will change their lives with love? Okay. All right. Jodie Thomas. Good stuff. Rayanne Thane. I've got a few Rayanne Thane. I don't think I've actually read any of hers. This one's called Sleigh Bells Ring. It says Rayanne Thane just gets better with every book. And I need to read some of hers. This is at Angels View Ranch. Once upon a time, it was her family's land, and then her grandfather sold it to a billionaire. Now employed as a living caretaker there, Annie's just trying to make it through the holidays with her sanity and her nieces and nephews' faith in the magic of Christmas intact. The twins have lost their mother. Tate shows up out of the blue. Who's Tate? The Sheridans haven't visited in years, not since Wallace died. Tate is there to sell the grandfather's property. Okay, so she's working there, but this guy's coming along. He's trying to sell it. Conflict, yada, yada. Anyhow, it sounds like she's raising her niece and nephew or something. Lori Wilde, The Lighthouse on Moonglow Bay. Have you read any Lori Wilde? I don't think I've read any of hers either. Two sisters inherit a lighthouse in Moonglow Cove, left to them by the grandmother that they never knew. They aren't best friends either. So, two sisters, not getting along. Grandma lives in a lighthouse. I'm certain they have to go live there, whatever. Yeah, work their issues out. Okay. Oh, here's another Lori Wilde. This one's a Christmas book, The Christmas Key. Now, see, this one is like a library book. I certainly don't know where I got these. What's it called? The Christmas Key, a Twilight, Texas novel. She saw him in her dreams. It was impossible. She was standing face to face with the man she dreamed about a year ago. Was it magic? The Christmas cookies? Or is there a greater force? She was his buddy's sister. Aha. He's found his order in the Marines, but chaos on the battlefield. Mission gone wrong. He's injured, haunted by guilt. He ends up in this town with one promise. Luther's mistake. When the Luthers mistake him for their handyman, he's swept up into playing Santa to the buddy's orphaned son. Well, okay, there you go. All right, the rest of these I purchased. Yes, the rest of these I have purchased. So again, Susan Mallory. I love me Susan Mallory. This is one of her most recent ones. It's called The Sister Effect. Clearly, it's going to be about two sisters, right? Finley is determined that the niece she's raising will always feel loved and wanted, abandoned, all that good stuff, right? Not good stuff. You know what I mean. Finley's reacting to her chaotic childhood by walking the straight and narrow with her nose down, following the rules. Sloane went the other way, but Sloane is back, beautiful and damaged as ever, wants a relationship with her daughter. She says she's changed, but Finley's heart has been burned once too often for her to trust that easily. So she's been raising the niece because mom was off doing whatever. Now she's back. How's that going to go? I don't know. All right. This one I had to get. I listened to and watch Larry Reads on YouTube. She's pretty funny. She's a little over the top, but she's kind of funny. And this is a series that she has recommended over and over and over. She calls it Addicted Calloway. So the premise of these books, and there's a whole series of them, and she goes through one video and she tells you what order to read them all in. So Lily, I think Lily is the one, they both have addictions. Lily's addicted to sex, right? And then, is it Lauren? Lauren is addicted to booze. So they both have these addictions and they get together. So she rants and raves about this and she says, if you don't read this, if you read one book ever, read these Addicted Calloway stories. So I had to get them. I had to get this. This is the first one. I'm going to try it and see what I think. All right. Catherine Center, Things You Save in a Fire. Oh, I know where these came from. This is my birthday present. These three, Addicted to You and Catherine Center's Things You Save in a Fire. I got these at Barnes & Noble because I had a gift card. This was buy one, get one half off. So I got these two. That was birthday. All right. So that's back in June, right? We're in August now. That tells you how long I've had these books. Cassie Hanwell was born for emergencies. As one of the only female firefighters in the Texas firehouse, she has seen her fair share of them. Then there's the tough, old school Boston firehouse. Is different from Cassie. She ends up in Boston. And there she's going to meet, who does she meet? She meets the inspiring rookie who doesn't seem to mind having Cassie around. Oh, no, she's the inspiring one. No, I don't know. One of them's the rookie. But she meets the firefighter there and, things get steamy. All right. Okay. The other one, I had never heard this author. It was just, I picked it up because I loved the cover. Look at that cover. Look how cute that is. It's called In Her Boots, right? K.J. Del Antonia. It sounded interesting. I read the back. I loved the cover, and I thought, why not? Let's try it. Rhett Smith's adventurous life is imploding just as she turns the big 4-0. Her long-term relationship collapses, and her grand's death draws her back to the family farm. The only silver lining is that Rhett's inspirational book, The Modern Pioneer Girl's Guide to Life, written under a pseudonym, has become a wild success. So they don't know it's her, right? They don't know it's her. She panics, persuades her friend Jasmine to step into the limelight. Oh, she doesn't want anybody to know. The prank turns into something more when the controlling mother Rhett hasn't seen in 2 decades announces her intent to sell the farm Rhett loves and is expected to make her own. To save her inheritance and her identity, she must concoct a scheme that will protect her home and finally prove to her mother and herself that she can stand on her own 2 feet in her own boots, right? Wear your boots, girl. You can do it. Stand up. This was also a birthday gift. And this one, well, actually, those were from my sister because she gave me a gift card, but she also bought me a book and I already had it. So I returned it to Target and I got this one. This is an L. Kennedy. It's called The Chase. They have nice covers. This is a series. Of course, it's a series. And it's about opposites attract. I don't usually go for the tattooed video game, hockey playing nerd jock, right? But she does. Best friend. Buddy's friend. Best friend's friend. Has a crush on her. Yeah. Oh, and they're roommates. Okay. So she sees him a lot. And he's not her type, but he might be. Right? He might be. All right. This is a follow-up book. Okay, Lucy Score. Seriously. Lucy Score. All of her books are like this. They are mammoth. Okay. The first one I read, what's the name of the first one? Things We Never Got Over. It was really good. It was really good. So this is like the next one, follow up to that one. And I've got to read it. I got to read it. It's about a little town called Knockmount. 2 bullets put a dent in Southern charm. Oh, that's right. This is where the sheriff got shot. She had a crazy ex. Oh, yeah, it's coming back to me. Yeah. So the sheriff, this is going to go on with like the sheriff who was like the brother of the main character. And so then there's this chick that comes in to the other book, the first book, and that they'd had a relationship and it didn't sound like it went well. So she's back. And that's going to be what this is about. The 2 of them again. Yeah. So you'll see the same characters again. You know what I mean? They're going to be in the book, but it's going to take up with some of the minor character stories now. I still want to read this with book club. I bought it so we could read it with book club. It's Caravel. There are more than one in this series. Don't ask me what the next one is unless it says inside. But I know the premise of Caravel is the carnival comes around once a year. These 2 sisters go to the carnival and something happens to her sister and she has to like save her sister from the crazy carnival. So that's what that one's about. And I do want to read it with book club. I think it would be a great book club book to read. I also got this one for book club, and that is Daisy Jones and the Six. And that's another one that I want to read. And this is a rock star kind of story. Girl coming of age in LA in the 60s, sneaking into clubs, singing, you know, all that kind of stuff. It is a movie. It is Taylor Jenkins Reid. I've heard nothing but good things about any Taylor Jenkins Reid, and this one just sounded like it would be really fun to read, and it would be a great book club book to read. So I have those kind of for book club. This one, I would love to talk them into doing for book club. This one's a little more emotional, I think. Be Celeste, Underneath the Sycamore Tree. It's got just a gorgeous cover. I picked this one up at Meijer. I picked it up, I read the back of it, and I was just like, oh, all right, time is a luxury we don't all have, right? Emery Matterson's life has been broken for a while. First, she lost her twin sister, which was the other half of her heart, to an autoimmune disease. Then her father left. Now Emery has been diagnosed with the same disease that killed her sister. Her mother's falling apart. They can't live under the same roof anymore. The only option for Emery is to move in with her father, who she hasn't seen in 10 years, and try to start over. But nothing is harder than new beginnings, and Emery's worried she'll never get a chance to truly live until she meets Caden, who is a brooding athlete who has enough baggage of his own, but he makes her feel normal, hated, cared for, loathed, loved, all of the emotions, right? Somewhere along the way, Emery finds solace in the guy with the sad eyes. I think it's going to be kind of, I don't know, heart-wrenching a bit, but I think it's going to be really good. Those are 3 that I have like with book club in mind. So we'll see if it ever happens. I don't know. All right. These are, I mean, I've had these for several months. I haven't ordered a book of the month club in like at least 2 months. So that's how old these are, or how long they've been sitting here. So what did I get from book of the month? I got a JoJo Moyes. I have never read her. This one's called Someone Else's Shoes. I love book of the month club. They have good selections. I haven't had anything I really wanted in a while. They haven't had any romance or anything that really caught my attention, but they have a lot of good books there. Not Nisha and Sam are two very different women. Nisha lived the globe-trotting life. She's glamorous, fearless. She doesn't even have the shoes. She doesn't even have the shoes she was until a moment ago standing in. Oh, that's it. Sam has accidentally taken Nisha's gym bag. Oh, that's what it was about. That's right. So it's kind of like the two women are very, very different. And one ends up with the other's bag, has her shoes and all kinds of stuff. And then they meet and discover that each other needs the other to put right the wrongs that have been done to them. I don't know how that's going to happen, but it all happens over the switching of their shoes. I thought that was an interesting premise, right? All right. And then I got 2 that month. And so I got Kate Claiborne, Georgie All Along. This one just sounded fun. This sounded fun. Love the cover. These covers are so fun. What's it about? Personal assistant Georgie made a career out of putting others before herself. Then an upheaval sends her away from her job, back to her hometown. Georgie comes across an artifact, a diary that she wrote as a teenager, filled with possibilities she once imagined, right? Georgie's plan, she wants to check out what she thought she was going to do in the past, hits a snag. She comes face to face with an unexpected roommate, Levi, town troublemaker, and a hermit, right? He's grouchy, and he offers to help Georgie on her quest. They make the way through her list. Georgie begins to realize what she truly wants might not be the pages in her diary after all, but it might be right by her side, her partner that's going to help her, right? It just sounded pretty cute. A grumpy old man, woman trying to, figure out her life. Okay, I've heard a lot of people talk about this book. A lot of people. I only got 1 this month. I've heard a lot of people talk about it. It's called Romantic Comedy. It's by Curtis Sittenfeld. Yeah, okay. I've heard a lot of people talk about this one on YouTube and things like that. So I checked it out. And it's about Sally, who's a sketch writer for a comedy show. She's not really looking for love, just hookups here and there, Sally's friend and fellow writer Danny starts to date Annabelle, who's a guest on the show. Sally's annoyed. Then in comes Noah Brewster, a pop sensation who has a reputation for dating models. Sally hits it off with him. They collaborate on a sketch. Yeah, so kind of a work romance kind of thing. So we'll see how that goes. So those are my books that I have had around here for months. Now I got to figure out where to put them. They've all been in a pile, but my shelves were all nice and neat and everything. And now where do I put them all? I might just have to put them back in the stack that they were in, which is underneath something else. I'm really trying to read more. I'm trying to read books off my bookshelf. And that's why when we do book club stuff, I'm trying to do some of the stuff that I have. I really want to do one of those 3 next time. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Anyhow, that's what I have for you for books. Sorry, I was just reading the backs and stuff like that because I've had them so long. I really don't even remember what they were about, when I picked them up. But it is what it is. So let me know if you read any of these books, and if you did, what you thought about them. And if you follow along with our book club, is there anything here that you would like to read for book club? That's a great question. Any of the books I just showed, you would be interested in for book club. Maybe we can do it. All right? Okay. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you soon. Bye, everybody.